Hey. Okay, look. I already know. You never met nobody like me. Never have you ever. But you gon' find out.
Sometimes it takes a toll on me because it takes me a minute to get out of that, but I have to sit in it to make sure I understand what it's like. And it's uncomfortable, so I have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. I have to make sure I do that because this has to happen here. So I have to sit and do it and go.
Here's a crazier question. How does that affect your mental?
Great question. When I had to come out of it and just to understand, all right, I'm doing this. I know I can't be that person for a long time. There have been parts that I played even when I've been on been a couple of stage plays I've been where I had to play someone who stayed in that dark area, that dark side, and it like physically hurt me. Like I'm like pains, headaches, because I didn't see any hope. I didn't see light. I was angry all the time. That was the
Mm,
character, and so that's
mhm.
unlike me. But every time I went into that character, like my entire mood changed. And it took me a minute to like every day, like I couldn't sit in it. Some people just stay in there, become, I'm like, yo, I have to get out of this because I'll be in physical pain with like giving myself headaches just because I can't sit there for a long time. So sometimes I have to train myself to get out of that and go for a walk, clear my mind.
Mhm.
Um, be around, watch a comedy or something like that, just to kind of get my mind away from it, something
Reset.
to some of the other external stimuli that kind of gets me away from it, get me out of that thought. Because I know when I go back to it, it's going to take a whole lot of energy. Like I have to recharge myself doing that because if I don't, then
Mm.
I could be in a very deep, dark place for a long time. And so that's kind of what I have to do in order to get myself out of where I was and make sure that I'm actually mentally okay and emotionally okay.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, and it's cool to have that much self-awareness to know that that's what you need to do. Because some people, they don't have the self-awareness and it just takes a toll. Definitely takes a
Mm.
toll. What's something that if a person heard you talk about it, they'd be surprised to know that you had an interest in that, or this is something that you like to do, or you know, or
Hmm.
just any of that type of cool stuff. We're trying to get into the deep stuff that people don't know. It's like, man, he knits on his free time.
Right, right. I get, something that me, not a lot of people like. I like football. I like basketball is my favorites. But another sport that I'm really, really interested in that I wouldn't do, I really love watching tennis. I just love watching
Mhm.
tennis because I think it's like an incredible sport to like, how do they know to do these things? How like the training that goes into it, there's so much and it's just you and the other person. It's not really all that
Mm.
team stuff that like football and basketball. It's you and your opponent. And you have to break down your opponent and do these just like you would in like boxing or any sports like that. But in tennis, it's technical skills this way, technical skills that way, having the endurance to go because you got to run. You are moving, going, and making sure that you don't tire out your arm or whatever. So I enjoy watching tennis. And the funny thing is with that, like I like watching it. I never saw anyone else really growing up who really watched it. I was always interested in it, but I found out years and years and years and years later, after I became an adult, that my dad liked watching tennis too. I was like, I never saw him watching tennis. Like, where does that come
Mhm.
from? Like, all of a sudden, something is in me. I
Yeah.
just like tennis. But yeah. So there's that, and I don't know. I guess if people really kind of were surprised that I was into certain things, um, because a lot of people kind of know pretty much what I'm into and things I like. Uh, kind of difficult to say. Yeah, I don't really know. That was a good question. I mean, my favorite cereal is Honey Smacks. I don't think people know about that.
They still make
Yeah,
it?
they changed the recipe now, so it's not what it was. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's still out there. But yeah,
80s
oh
cereals was good.
yes, 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 yes. Uh, yeah, it's just the tennis I'm really interested in. I mean, I would never do it because I'm, you know, not getting into all that now. The first sport that I played was soccer,
Mm.
and as much as I like football and basketball and soccer was my first sport, and I thought I was going to be great doing that. I thought it was going to be cool, you know, but nah, it didn't last very long, and I got into other things. But yeah,
Dang, that's crazy just to think about stuff like that. Um, yeah, it's crazy that now that you mentioned, because I look at like tennis and I'm like, man, it's such a cool sport. And I think what it is that constant action, because there's no real lull in action. And what always surprises me is I'm surprised that there's not more injuries. Because I'm like, for you to stop and go, I'm like, nobody done tore any of this.
every ACL, every MCL,
Yeah, my
snap,
legs would be,
pop, gone. Like, nah,
yeah,
I'm trying to get through it, and as many rounds as they play, like, oh
yeah,
my goodness. And then it's like, all
yeah,
right, and then the next day you got like, what? What you mean the next day? Nah, this is rest day. I
yeah,
need a week to recover from this, but but
yeah.
it's
I'll tell
wild.
you, I'll tell you a funny story. So I was 36 at the time. So I said, man, I'm gonna go. It was me, my boy, and my other boy. We're all in Afghanistan. And we was like, you know what? We're gonna play basketball. Each of us are like 2 months apart from each other. So one's born in like June, one person, I'm born in August, my other boy's born in October. So all basically the same age.
Mhm.
So we go out there and play. It's about maybe 40 minutes to an hour. We're playing 2-on-2. When I tell you, this is when I first realized when you're younger, your mind tells your body what it's going to do. But when you get older, your body tells your mind what it's going to do. So what ends up happening is I go to do this crossover, and my mind is like, this is the move to hit him with. So I hit him with the crossover. My body's still not ready, though. My body's still going this other way. The ball back over here, and it's like a half a second to a second before it registers, like, oh, that's where the ball's at. So I'm like, ooh. So like not only is the timing and the moves are off, when we got done, I have never experienced pain like this. It made me appreciate every professional athlete. I'm like, hold on, you mean to tell me I feel like this and I ain't gotta play again ever? They playing like 2, 3, 4 times a week. I said,
Yeah.
ain't no way. I thought I tore every groin I had, every ankle, feet from my toes to my middle of my back. I was like, I made a promise to myself. I was
Hmm.
like, I will never play basketball with other human beings again. Like it took me that at that point I realized I said, now I understand why 40 and 50-year-old people play video games.
Oh
Because at first I
yeah,
didn't understand it. And then I'm like, oh, you could talk crazy to people and guess what? You still feel good. You're not gonna sprain your thumb.
right. Yeah.
I said, oh,
The
I'll get
the
it. Yeah,
pace is much slower for a reason.
because I tell you what, I thought I caught a Rodney King beat down. Like
Woo.
everything was when I say everything was sore, I
Mm.
was debating if I wanted to eat because they were like, yo, do you gotta get up? No, sir.
Making these
It
decisions.
took 3 days.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah, it's 3 days. I couldn't move. for 3 days. And when I say everything was sore, everything from the waist down was like, I would have thought that I thought I tore everything. I said,
So,
I don't know how these people are doing this.
yeah,
So
once you stop though, that because I used to be able to just play and play and go and go. You know, when you're young, like you said, your body tells your mind like, "Hey, we're gonna do this," and your mind's like, "All right, cool, let's go."
yeah,
Your mind just works along with it, and they're all in unison. Once your body starts slowing down, your mind doesn't know and doesn't realize what your body can't do anymore. Your
yeah.
mind is like, "Yeah, we can do this." And your body's like, "Hey, we can't do that. Don't be telling them that. Don't
Yeah.
be telling them we can do this.
Your body's
Don't be
like,
lying
I can
to
show you. Your body said, I can show you better. I can tell you.
them."
Yeah. Because I tell you what, I used to have a 36-inch vertical.
Mhm.
Boy, if I jump today, if you'd be lucky if you could slide a piece of paper under my feet. And if I think about it, I'm gonna twist my ankle. It, it man, I be seeing these people, they be like, I'm doing this. Bless you.
more,
God bless
more
you.
power to you.
Yeah. I live vicariously through everybody else. I don't even
Can't do it now. Either
not at
I
all.
had to be careful doing some basic work stuff just to make sure I don't tweak a hamstring or something. I'm like, dang, I can't even walk too fast.
Yeah. Everything that we used to laugh at, older people, yeah, it's coming back with a vengeance. I was
Oh yeah,
looking at people
definitely.
before, like, why are you acting like you gotta hold the thing for the escalator? Now I'm like,
Holding both of them.
yeah.
I
God has
don't
a
bounce
funny
back
sense
like I
of
used
humor.
to. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Don't bounce back, man. Yeah. So how do you handle oh, go ahead, go ahead. What was you about to say?
Now, I was going to ask you, when you got into the directing side of things, like what prompted you to get into that? What kind of sparked the idea and the notion to go on and do it?
This is so terrible. So like I'll be looking at stuff and I look at Tubi. So I looked at Tubi and I'm looking at it, I'm like every even though I like the movies, but I'm like every movie's one of 3 or 4 different things. It's like, if you're a black dude, you're a drug dealer, you're a hustler, you're doing something illegal.
Hmm.
If you're a black woman, you're stripping, you're a scammer, you're doing something illegal. And I'm like, we don't have anything else other like there wasn't you've never seen any black person go to college, you've never seen any black person have a business, a regular job. It was
Hmm.
so I was like the only way to change that is to be part of the solution. So and like I said, shout out to everybody that's making those type of movies because I
Yeah.
still enjoy them. But I'm like, if I gave you steak every day, you're gonna get tired of the steak every day. You're
Hmm.
gonna be like, can I get some spaghetti? Can I get this? Can I something?
Yeah. Right.
And
You're gonna eat the
so
steak because that's what's presented to you, but you might want
yeah,
something different. Yeah.
exactly. So and it was funny because I had the movie in my head like since I was 15. And but I didn't have the pieces to it. And I there was this lady I met and we went to one of her casting calls. And
Hmm.
when I went to the casting call, it clicked for me like, oh, I can actually make a movie. So I said, okay,
Hmm.
cool. So I started writing the script in like July. And then I was done. I set a time limit for the first of the year. So I did that about 5 months or so, wrote that.
Okay.
And then but it's ironic because like you mentioned, wearing all the hats. It's like sometimes I
Mm.
gotta be the cinematographer, sometimes I gotta direct. I wrote this stuff. Sometimes I gotta edit it. So it's
Yeah.
all these different things. So that's what drew me to it. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, because I was sent to think it was a clip, like about a minute or so clip of you. And I was like, dang, this is pretty good. And I had an idea. I was like, man, because I still have not done with all the casting. So I'm like, okay, I got to get people that are serious about it. But like looking at what you did in that clip, I was like, I was definitely, uh, you know, uh, appreciative and looking at it. And I'm like, man, he's pretty good. And then I showed it
Thank you.
to the
Appreciate it.
main actress. And she was like, okay, because there's a couple different parts I gotta figure out. So we'll definitely get together on it because it was like either without giving up too much of the story, it'd be one her love interest, but it's this other main character of her. And then it'd either be that or it would be um or the doctor. Or the mental health
Mhm.
yeah. So either
Okay.
way, but yeah, so but yeah, because her background too is she's done some plays, she's modeling, she's doing a bunch of other stuff, but she was supposed to be casted in Black Panther, the first one, as one of the warriors.
Ooh.
And
Okay.
because
Wow.
she's like
Wow.
5'11", and she's athletic. She was supposed to go to the Olympics in 2000, not 2000, 1996, I believe
Oh
too.
wow. Oh, that was in
I think
Georgia,
Atlanta.
right? Atlanta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was Atlanta. Yeah. So it was like that. It was one of those, it was something like that. So yeah, but but she had a heart condition, and the reason why she couldn't do
Mm.
the uh the Black Panther deal was because she found out right then she was pregnant, and it was all
Oh
the
snap.
yeah. So I was like, man. So she showed me the card and everything. I'm like, dang. So with
Wow.
that being said, but yeah, so she's such a great person. And Tisha
Hmm.
Anderson, I put up a billboard for her and all that stuff for the movie, the short film, and then we gotta get her back, get her back here to figure out the rest of the stuff. But like I
Gotcha.
said,
Gotcha. Yeah.
once you guys get all a part of all this stuff, we'll see. But it's pretty good. And the premise of the movie is basically she's a veteran. She was the first Black female special ops soldier, and she transitioned from there.
Breaking ground.
Yeah, so she transitions from there, and she comes back to her hometown in the DFW area in Dallas Fort Worth.
Okay.
And she becomes law enforcement. She becomes a detective, and she's got to solve these string of murders. And
Mm.
ironically, she's looking at this stuff and she's like, man, all these murders, like it's stuff like if I was to kill somebody, this is how I would do it. And she's like, it's eerily familiar. But the
Hmm.
more and more she goes into the investigation, she realizes that she's the lead suspect in her own case that she's investigating. And she gets arrested, and then she's got to get herself out of it.
Don't give away too much. Some people might see
Yeah,
this. Wow, that's crazy though. That's
yeah,
wild.
yeah. Nah,
Mm.
and it's something. And what's crazy is, so I was trying to get some background information and stuff. So I called up the police department to make sure when I'm saying certain stuff, the terminology I'm using is
Right, right,
pretty
right.
good and stuff together. The policeman, he's like, what is it for? And I'm like, it's for this movie. So I give him a brief breakdown of the movie, and he's like, oh, I gotta see this. It's like, he's like, if you need any more, whatever,
You'll be the
you need
consultant.
some. Yeah. I will definitely let you know. I said, okay, cool. So with that being said, that's the premise because I wanted to do something that was different, and I know with the way that this is, I don't think anybody's ever tackled this. It sounds
Mm,
crazy
yeah.
sometimes, but the reasoning for all this stuff, no one's ever tackled it. The DNA.
Okay.
Everything's on point. So like
So is there like
when people see what
a
goes
couple
on,
of
they're gonna be
twists?
like, yeah, definitely some twists. Yeah, and it's not what
Mm.
anyone's expected medically. I had to go look it up, and I'm like, yeah, all right, this is where we're at.
Mm.
So that's what I'm saying.
Oh wow. Ooh.
So with
Woo.
yeah, definitely. Yeah. So uh shoot, you ever get down to Texas or whatever, we got some stuff. So another thing we're gonna do is we'll have like little pop-up events and stuff. So the next pop-up event that I'm planning is gonna be around December 18th-ish or 19th or whatever for what is it, Avengers Doomsday. We're gonna
Doomsday.
do yeah, we're gonna do the what's it called? What do I want to do? Oh, we're gonna put the ad for the short film in the movie theaters. So if you're on party, then we'll all get together after that, stuff like that. So definitely, if you,
Wow.
yeah, we do
Yeah,
different
I'd
things.
definitely be willing to do that. And getting out to, well, I guess it just depends on just my schedule. I can let my job know as far as the scheduling goes if there's
Mhm.
something there. Yeah, and I mean we could work
Yeah,
all this stuff out off
yeah,
camera, but yeah, yeah, man,
yeah.
that's
I can make
insane.
sure I
That's
get you
incredible.
the yeah. I'll make sure I get you the information, my contact information if you don't got it. Um, yeah. So what is besides this project, what are some of the other projects you got going on that you're looking at?
All right, so musically, well, I'm still releasing some more stuff musically. I have like a string of like this summer's been pretty heavy with my releases. I've had something drop like every 2 weeks, which it might not be the best formula, but I'm just making sure that I'm not sitting on music. I want to at least put it out
Mhm.
there. People can hear, you can access it and all that. So I'm doing that, and I'm working to and one. Well, okay, so a couple of ideas. Um, I want to shoot a like a promo video for heard the watch company Invicta.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I haven't heard anyone promote them, like a hip hop artist, do anything regarding their watches and all that. So I wrote a promo verse for them, talking about their watches and style and all that kind of stuff. So I want to put that out there. I want to have that released to, well, I say release to them, release it, tag them in it. Maybe it'll get around to them and they'll appreciate it. They'll like it. Maybe they'll put me on or something, whatever the case may be. But I really wanted to do it because I think it's a good idea, and I haven't heard anyone else do it. That's
Okay.
one. Two, there is, I heard, looked it up, confirmation as far as there being a Nightmare on Elm Street movie coming out. I think it's 2028, something like that.
Mm.
That's my favorite horror movie franchise. And
Mhm.
I released an EP last year in October um, called Darkness Falls. On that EP, there's a song called Krueger, where I kind of tell the story of Freddy Krueger. From
Mhm.
his men. I'm Freddy Krueger, and I'm telling it from his perspective as far as what happened to him
Mhm.
and what motivates him to be who he is. I'm like, well, if they're writing a movie and like my song could be like on that soundtrack, so I want to create a video for that and kind of shoot it out there and kind of see if it'll catch wind in time for them to maybe they'll include it on their soundtrack or something like that.
Look
But
in
yes,
look into sync licensing.
well, yeah, that's
Sync
the main thing.
license.
I've been
Yeah.
into that for a minute. Or I've been trying to do that for a good while. But as far as the movies go and
Okay.
shows things like that, the music supervisor is what I have to get the music to, and that's a process. Knowing
Got you.
how to do it, who to submit it to, and what they're looking for, what their style is, and what they. But yeah. So I've really been into trying to get the sync licensing stuff going as far as what I do, as far as me creating songs that I think would be good for certain arenas, areas, subjects. Um,
Mhm.
and I'll create a song just for this. Like if anyone looks for a song for that, I have it. Anyone looks for a song for this, I have it. Like a car show, I got a song for that. Racing, like car racing, I have a song for that. And this Invicta thing style, it's specifically for Invicta, but if they do it, then
Mhm.
sure. So, and that's kind of my idea. One of the big ideas I have as far as, and I've been doing it for a while, the storytelling. I like stick with the theme, and I'm like, this could actually be a movie. This could be like a soundtrack, a theme to a particular movie or a subject. So that's why I kind of create them and put them out there because it can catch wind of someone who might be a music supervisor. They hear it. This tells the story about this. This would fit well on this movie or on the soundtrack, and I'm like, okay, cool. Um, just that for now. And as far as the acting thing, I've been trying to get more into it because I went away from it because I was just doing music. But I want to
Mhm.
get back into it, and hopefully, there'll be some opportunities. I've submitted some slides to a few different opportunities, some auditions there, um, and the piece that you saw was
Mhm.
a friend of mine who does some directing and editing and all that. Like he's almost constantly doing some things. He's working, 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 working. And he said, "Hey, are you free around this time?" I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Do you have a?" He had an idea about something. He knows I'm in the military. He asked me if I had a uniform. I was like, "Yeah, I still have. Do you have a helmet?" And I was like, "Yeah, I have all that." So he said, "Hey, can you meet me here and do this? I'm thinking about doing this." I said, "Okay." So I went there, did that. He kind of told me what he was going for. I went through it, went to it, did a thing, and then I did the voiceover after that. And so yeah, so it came out well, and he did like a superb job with the editing and everything. And
Yeah,
so
both of y'all did. Both of y'all did a great job.
thank you, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that
yeah.
it'll
Because I
become
was,
something.
yeah, it was. I was laughing because I was like, man, when I got shown it, I was like, oh, okay, and I was like, it immediately, because some people you'll see something, you're like, ah, that's something, you know. But when I seen yours, I said, okay, he's working with something there. He's good. He's good. Because some people, man, you
I
like, yeah, well,
appreciate that.
don't call us. We'll call you. We'll get back to you. So yeah,
I have officially launched my first Ava Bentley exclusive Airbnb in Galveston, Texas. The DeForest house, built in 1883, is preserved with both luxury and history. Book your stay today on Airbnb. When you book the house, tell them you saw this ad, and you will receive a free Ava Bentley gift bag when you check in.
Hey. Okay, look. I already know. You never met nobody like me. Never have you ever. But you gon' find out. First off, I'm not your average Negro. I heard the beat, a pencil grabbed me and said, here we go. I was with it as soon as I heard the strings in it. Johnny Storm lit it up, but waited until the thing.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of Believe the Hype. And remember, don't believe the hype unless it's Flava Hype.